Every family is different, and we all face our own challenges. This isn't about putting extra pressure on families. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, stepped into the serene church in Scotland, no one could have predicted what would unfold next. With her grace and composure, she captivated everyone in attendance, but it was her actions that truly left the crowd in awe. What happened next sent chills through the room, creating a moment no one would forget. It was a serene Sunday in the Scottish countryside, a day marked by quiet strength and tradition. Catherine appeared at a church near Balmoral Castle, stepping out alongside Prince William. The setting was breathtaking rolling hills, crisp air, and the historic church standing tall. The gathered crowd, a mix of locals and well-wishers, watched as she emerged from the car. She wore a classic coat that underscored her grace and presence, greeting everyone with a warm smile and a gentle wave that made everyone feel like they belonged. As the service began and hymns filled the church, something unexpected happened. It was almost imperceptible at first, a subtle shift in the air, a chill that raised goosebumps. The expressions around the room changed from peaceful to curious, and then to something more. Even Catherine, known for her unwavering composure, seemed to notice. Her eyes scanned the room as if searching for an explanation. Whispers rippled through the pews. Was it just a draft, or was there something more? Photos captured later showed her poised as always, though there was an edge to the atmosphere that lingered. For many the moment was unforgettable. Catherine's visit to Scotland carried deep meaning. Since her cancer diagnosis in March, her public appearances had been few. A visit to Wimbledon in July, a heartfelt message during the Olympics. Now, here she was in the quiet setting of a Scottish church. People wondered what they would see. Would she appear frail? Would she speak? When she arrived with King Charles, the crowd fell silent. Catherine looked composed, her grace intact, but there was a weight in her gaze, a reflection of the journey she'd been on. This wasn't a typical royal event, it was a deeply personal moment. The hymns continued, filling the stone walls with soft echoes. The congregation seemed to hold its breath, sensing something significant was about to happen. As the service ended, Catherine stepped forward. Each step was steady, deliberate. When she turned to face the crowd, the room fell completely silent. "This will stay with you," she began, her voice calm yet powerful. "I want to thank you all for your prayers." Her words were simple but deeply moving. "Your kindness and faith have meant more than I can express. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding while I've been recovering from surgery." Her speech, though brief, resonated deeply. In that small Scottish church, everyone felt the weight of her journey and her gratitude. Catherine spoke of her reflections over the past year on life, family, and faith. "It's been a time of struggle," she admitted, meeting the eyes of those in the crowd, "but also a time of great thankfulness." Her words were thoughtful and heartfelt. No grand gestures were needed, her honesty spoke volumes. "The love and support I've received from all of you, from my family, and even from strangers, has given me strength I never knew I had. For that I am forever grateful." It wasn't just her words that moved the room. It was her openness and willingness to share her journey even as she continued to heal. The air in the church shifted once more, not from a chill, but from the warmth of connection. Everyone present knew they had witnessed something special. Catherine had shared her heart, and in doing so touched countless others. The quiet in the room was palpable as she returned to her seat. The minister prepared to close the service, but then something unexpected happened. From the back of the church a soft humming began. At first it was timid and tentative, a melody that carried the tune of an old hymn, sung in times of sorrow and hope. Slowly others joined in, their voices blending until the entire room was filled with the hauntingly beautiful sound of people singing together. The hymn swelled, wrapping itself around everyone present. Tears fell freely. Some embraced, holding loved ones tightly. This spontaneous act of unity was unplanned but felt perfect, as if it was meant to be. The weight of the song and its message of hope and resilience touched every soul in the room. Catherine, visibly moved, bowed her head, her hands clasped in front of her. Across the aisle her eyes met King Charles's. In a brief exchange, their shared understanding of the battles each was facing spoke more than words ever could. Charles, who had been quietly battling cancer, reached for Catherine's hand, offering a gentle squeeze of reassurance. For months the public had watched both Catherine and Charles face deeply personal struggles, but here in this sacred space they were not just royals. They were two people leaning on their faith and each other. The silence that followed the hymn was sacred, as if everyone was reluctant to let go of the moment. As Catherine and Charles stepped out into the winter sun, a young girl nervously approached, holding a small bouquet of flowers. Catherine noticed her immediately and knelt to the girl's level. "Thank you," she said warmly. The girl, her voice barely a whisper, replied, "You're so brave, Your Highness." Catherine paused, her expression softening. "You're brave too," she said gently. The girl's face lit up, and in that simple exchange it was clear that Catherine's courage inspired others to find their own strength. As the car carrying Catherine and Charles pulled away, the gravity of what had just happened began to settle. For those who had been present, it was more than a royal engagement. It was a moment of profound humanity that transcended titles and traditions. Catherine's willingness to open up about her journey changed everything. She allowed people to see her not as a royal figure, but as a person facing challenges with courage and vulnerability. For King Charles, this moment underscored the importance of unity and resilience within the family. Together, he and Catherine became symbols of perseverance, bridging the gap between the royal family and the people they represent. Their story reminded everyone that no matter the status, life's challenges are universal, but hope and connection can help carry us through.